it's Tony from CassetteComeback.com. So, Happy New Year 2020. I hope the first few days have worked out well for you. So, what am I going to look at today? Well, it's something that a lot of people have asked for, but I get a lot of people asking a lot of things. Hi Tony, please can you review insert expensive rare cassette here? And my thoughts have been lately, sure, send me one then, I'll review it. Oh, you want me to go out there and find it and pay all that money for it just so you can have a look at it, do you? Well, if you want me to look at something, send it me. Now, one of the things that I've been asked loads for is Russian/Eastern Bloc cassettes. Now, these are really hard to find if you're not actually in the countries where they're quite common, you know, and use their little buy and sell Gumtree equivalents and stuff, because they're not usually on eBay, and if they are, they're being sold by sellers in Eastern Europe. And you know, as somebody that has thousands of cassettes and has bought tens of thousands of cassettes, I've never yet been close to being tempted to think about buying a cassette from anybody east of Berlin, simply because their prices are crazy. I mean, I don't know what they do with them tapes. I don't know if they're for dark web transactions, for money laundering. They're using them as collateral for loans. Look, these sell for €100. I have 10,000, so you loan me million. I don't know. But Eastern European and Russian tapes are very hard to find. But in steps my good friend from Lithuania, Leonid Mina again, and he sent me some. So what's he sent me? Well, I'm sorry, that was a long intro, that, with looking at the chair. Some of you will be very annoyed that you were staring at a chair for so long. So here we go. The first one we've got is this ECP Ultra Ferro. Now, this is a Russian cassette. Let's have a look at the back, because we can see here we have the Russian writing on, and yeah, you know, high quality audio cassette, but again, manufactured with BASF advanced technology. And it even says this on the front, BASF technology. So how Russian this is, don't know, but it was, you know, assembled in Russia from what I can understand. So we have this one. Now this one is an oddity. This is an Acme UHC 60. And it says it's an ultra chrome. Now, I've had some other Acme chromes, but they were Hong Kong China. These ones, I don't think they're Hong Kong China. I'm not really sure. I mean, they only sort of said that, you know, they were quite common where he is. I mean, we've got this label on, which I've got a translation of it here. Bing. Doesn't actually say a hell of a lot, you know, but there we go. We've got this one, and then we've got this one, which I actually got myself. This is a Stilon from Poland, and again, this is a Type 2. It says it's a chrome, and I've got two versions of this. One which, you know, just has a normal looking shell and doesn't look too bad, you know, product of Stilon Magnetics of Poland. And then we've got the other version, which looks identical, but for some reason they put a black slip sheet in, and that just looks horrible, doesn't it? It just looks really bad. So we're not going to look at that one. We'll look at the nicer looking one. But so there we go. We've got three Russian cassettes. Now this one, it's saying BASF, so it's going to be probably very decent. This one unknown. Let's see if it's a pure chrome. This one again unknown. Let's see if that's a pure chrome. So let's just look at this ECP again. Like I say, Ultra Ferro, BASF, top performance. Right, let's open it up. I mean, that's a very BASF looking like tear. So let's open this one up. Someone said I need to open these more carefully. No, I don't. I'm doing a video. I'm not making a museum piece. Right, okay, now, it's put in the wrong way around like BASF, the B, you know, the B side on the left, but the hubs certainly look BASF, but this is a very nice, attractive shell, and I've seen this shell before. Have you seen this shell before? Where have you seen this shell? I've seen it here. Bing! Yeah, Agfa. Now, around this time, I'm not sure what year this actually came from, but Agfa was owned by BASF, so you know, maybe BASF just gave them some of the shells, or these shells were made by someone else. I'm sure someone will tell me, no doubt who knows more. But look at the J card. Like I say, we've got the Russian writing on the bottom. It's right. I mean, do you think maybe these were designed for export? I mean, they're very BASF labels with that font. Do you think these were maybe designed for exports? Because everything on it, on the cassette itself, is actually written in English and not Russian. So, you know, maybe they had their eyes on exporting these. And so look, look, it's little numbers on the leader. Can you make that out? And get on some BASF. No, it's not focusing properly, is it? But it says 13 on it. Can we see that? Yeah, we can see it there. It says 13 on it. And the tape itself, quite nice brown ferric. It doesn't look cobalt dope, that. So for all we know, this could be you know, BASF duplicated tape. But yeah, I mean, that's a very attractive cassette. I like that shell. It's a nice looking shell, nice looking cassette. If it's got BASF tape in it, should be quite good. Right, let's have a look at these then. Let's have a look at this Stilon. There's nothing, Stilon, there's nothing particular about that because it's just a clear wrap, so take that one off and let's have a look at the actual tape itself. Now, this shell, where have I seen this shell before? This shell almost sort of, remember the standards, which was based on old TDK? It sort of looks like that, but not quite as nicely made. Let's have a look at the tape, and more importantly, let's have a sniff of the tape. Long leader. Oh yeah, that's got a waxy, crayony smell, so this is possibly a pure chrome. Very dark tape there. Yeah, let's have a look at the old J card. We've got the little Stilon symbol on it. Sorry, J card, the stickers. And inside, yeah, cheap. Well, that's good, isn't it? I mean, they give you a J card to write on. That bit there, you're supposed to write the title, so when you put it in on the shelf, you can see what it is, but instead it says X90CR magnetics. That's kind of unuseful. But other than that, yeah, it looks like an 86 TDK shell copy, a bit like the standards, and seems to have chrome tape in it. Right, fair enough. Let's have a look at this Acme UCH60. Now this has a more rounded case to it, so this might be a later tape. Not entirely sure. Let's have a look. Right, this shell, off the top of my head, this shell seems familiar. This looks like a forward shell, something that you would get Woolworths tapes and stuff. Yeah, with the stripy bottom. Let's have a look at the tape itself. Again, very black tape. I'm not smelling the chrome on that one. Yeah, let me just spin it on a bit, but I'm not getting the chrome smell on this. Does it look a bit tram-lined, this? No. No, that's not a chrome. It's very dark. It's not a chrome though. So it could be, like I say, this could just be a rebrand from Forwards. Because, like I say, you know, it came from Leonid, and let's have a look. Oh, let's have a look. Does it say anything inside? Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Look, registered trademark of Acme, Cassettes, Lithuania. So this is a Lithuanian cassette. Whether it was made in Lithuania, don't know at the moment, but interesting enough. So these are our three, I wouldn't say culprits, but these are the three tapes we're going to look at, and let's have a listen. Let's see if they're any good. Okay, I'm going to use a Revox on this because of the auto cal, and basically my thoughts are, if this thing can't auto cal it, then nothing can. And the fact that we've got something which smells like a chrome in there, you know, German deck, it can handle the chromes better than pretty much any other. So yeah, and incidentally, yeah, I know some of you are going to say, oh, Revox is Swiss. Maybe, but this was actually made in Germany. That's what it says on it. So that's what we're going to use. So I've calibrated up automatically the Stilon. So let's have a see if this is a pure chrome, if it's a rubbish chrome like some of the Acme chromes I've had which have been rubbish, or if it's just deteriorated, or if it's decent. Let's have a listen. So this track is called Mirror Mirror. I've used it before. I'm getting to know a few tracks which I like, so let's have a listen and see how it does. Okay, so if you saw that, it was peaking around about +4, which is not what I'd normally run a pure chrome at. That's because I had a little play with this beforehand and determined that this is cobalt dope chrome, hence the slightly higher hiss than you would expect from a pure chrome, but also the fact you can take higher levels. Now, my guess on this is full of the BASF Pro Chrome, the type that ATR Magnetics have been loading into their cassettes, and also the stuff that you get in the Sochi Mag and the Tudor Pure Chrome Cobalt Mix ones. So it's a good tape. It sounds really well, and yeah, I mean, apart from the, like I say, the very cheap looking, shell and the innocuous hubs, these are very decent. So good tape. So let's go on to the other Type 2 now. This is the Acme, and like I say, looking at this shell and the fact this is ferrocobalt, I'm going to think that this probably comes from the same people that made stuff like the Woolworths tapes here in the UK. It's probably maybe Forward or Green Corp. The hubs don't say so, but let's calibrate this one up and let's have a see how this one performs. Oh, we've still got that going. Ah, that's nice. So align, let's get it aligned up. Okay, that's done. Let's try it now with a track called, I've used before, called Stranger Danger. Okay, let's crank this up a bit. Yeah, so that performed as expected. I cranked it up, like I say, peaking at +4. The hiss says that this is cobalt doped, so this I think is just a good old ferrocobalt type 2. Like I say, the shell is unspectacular, but it's solid enough. And like I say, possibly forward. I don't think it'll be BASF, really. I'm trying to think who else could possibly have been doing ferrocobalts at this time for people to use in innocuous cassettes, unless it is actually, you know, a Ukrainian. Sorry, is it Ukraine? It came from, yeah, Ukrainian-made tape itself. I really don't know, but all I know is that it sounded very decent. So now let's have a look at the ECP in this really nice shell. This is a type 1, so I'll keep the levels where they are, try and get this, but this is a BASF, so it should be very decent. Like I say, these look like an Agfa shell, and Agfa was owned by BASF at the time, so yeah, it sort of makes sense. I know some of you like seeing me use the DX2 align tapes and stuff, but it can be a bit boring. But there we go. Right, this is done, all aligned up. So this one I've used before is called Computo with a K. Yes, so that performed as expected. Peaking at +4, not a problem there. Bit hissy, but again, it's a type 1. But yeah, this is a very attractive, nice cassette. And if they were easy to find and not quite as expensive, yeah, I'd be up for this. Incidentally, while I'm here, I'll just pan you over to my tablet. Now, remember, I've had all the troubles with this and it not accepting the external DACs, and I tried that Teufel, which, to be fair, I've stopped using because it just kept stopping randomly. I figured out a way how to get my external DACs working on this. The external DAC is plugged in there, but if I plug a headphone jack in there beforehand, it sort of like tricks it, and I haven't had a problem since, and now it still works for me external DACs. So I'm taking the headphone amplifier out of the equation. Like some people said that was causing problems, but yeah, it works pretty well there. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that one. So there we go. Let's go and have a little chat about these Eastern Bloc cassettes.
The truth.
So yeah, when you think of, you know, Eastern Bloc cassettes, you normally think low quality, probably bad, and I'm sure there were. I mean, these I think are pretty late examples, to be fair. I haven't got any Orwell. That would have been a nice one to have tried as well, but again, they're a rocking horse, you know, and people say, oh, do these, fine, send me one then, because, you know, especially if you're not in the countries, these are really hard to find. They're not really on eBay, and if they are, they're crazy expensive. So, you know, thanks again to Leonid for sending me these two. And these ones I actually did manage to find some of these. I've got these in stock. If you want to try one, go to my website, cassettecombat.com. I've got some in stock. I'm just telling them what I paid for them. I had to buy a few to be able to get some at all for this video, so I've got a few extras if you want to try one of these. But yeah, this, like I say, I think it is cobalt doped chrome. That's probably from BASF, which is the stuff that they sent to duplicators. It's the stuff which is in the HR Magnetics, the Sashi Mag, the Tudors, and probably I think the NAC, the last NACs that they sold, which were Type 2. So yeah, apart from the sort of low rent J card and shell, it sounded very decent. The Acme, again, I think it's a ferrocobalt from someone like Forward, even though it's tagged as Lithuania in there. I think that's just where the company was based. I don't think these were made in Lithuania, but if I'm wrong, please point it out to me. And this one, basically, from what I can see, is ferro extra tape from BASF. As it said, it's BASF tape in an Agfa shell, and it just looks better than a BASF ferro extra. I really like this shell. I like this cassette. I'm going to record something good on it. And yeah, again, if it wasn't for the rarity and price, I'd be up for getting some more of these in. But there we go. You wanted some Eastern Bloc cassettes. That's the best I can do right now. If you've got a stack that you are different than these and you want to see them reviewed, then by all means send them to me, because, you know, I need it more than the likes of Techmoan that gets, you know, expensive kits sent to them, even though they've got a Patreon and get 1 million views. So, you know, I kind of need it more than them. So if you've got some and you want them reviewed, send them in to me. Let me know. But other than that, like I say, Happy New Year. Here's to a great 2020. Please like and subscribe, and happy taping. Bye-bye.